So the best way to keep young is to wear SPF every single day. Every single day.
So do you know what it's like when I go on holiday with Nora? How it is for me? Right, hands up if you've had a little bit of filler. Looks nice.
Okay, take a seat. Welcome.
Oh, we're starting like that, are we? Starting straight away?
You've entered the rejuvenation room.
What?
This is the rejuvenation room. Have you not noticed it in all our social media?
Looks a little bit like our house. Is this where all the magic happens?
This is where the magic happens. So
wow.
we just need to welcome everybody to the new series, and we're going to explain why we've got it. So Rejuvenation Room, the Rejuvenation Room is all about discussing everything to do with rejuvenation.
Yes.
You have named the clinic Rejuvenation Clinic when you first set it up. People may not know this, but Rykard set up the clinic about nearly 4 years ago now.
Yeah.
Congratulations. I was doing my own thing in London, and then we met and joined forces.
Yes.
And it has been a really special place where we've seen lots of amazing things. And one of the most amazing things that I saw about the clinic is that the demographic is 50% male, which is why the first episode is going to be all about men.
Yes. Well, you guys, this episode is for you. So, all the girls that thought you was going to get a special dermatology treat.
No, it's coming. It's just not today.
We thought we'd, what's it called? It's a bait and switch. No, we've got the guys in there. So get your husbands, get your boyfriends, sit down and learn some tips.
Yeah, we're going to be discussing all things male skin, self-care, rejuvenation. So we're going to get straight into it. And I want to know what you actually think about a lot of things, because you watch me work a lot of the time.
Yes.
And in your head, you must be going, what is she doing? What is she talking about?
What is she talking about? Yeah.
So let's break it down. And honest, this is a safe space, a safe room. So we're going to
This is sparkling water and elderflower, by the way, just so that you know.
Okay, so I want to kick it off by talking about your favourite thing.
Yeah.
You introduced me to this phrase, gym skin.
Gym skin, that's
so
right.
We're talking about sweatiness.
Yes.
Which some people think is called glowiness, but not necessarily when it's gym skin. So what is your understanding of gym skin?
So basically, it's going to the gym, sweating, your pores are opening up, touching dirty dumbbells, machines, then touching your face, and then leaving the gym, your pores are closing, and then all that dirt and bacteria and oils trapped in the pores, and then that's going to cause like congestion and spots, whiteheads, blackheads. And over time, well, it happens every day, your skin just, the texture changes and it gets a lot rougher and you're more subject to spots.
So you're particularly keen on talking to men about this, but that's because, which a lot of people also might know, you used to be a personal trainer.
That's right, yeah.
And why do you think that has impacted how you now talk to men in the clinic? Because I've noticed it, but I'm just interested to see like why you have a different approach to it. Because I didn't really treat it as gym skin. I was just like, right, you have acne. This is how we go about it.
I think when I was training, I'd have this like lovely body, and I'd be training so hard.
Lovely body.
I had this lovely body, but what was happening is I had such oily skin, like to the point where it was really extreme. Like I could, what's it when you push against your nose and then all the oils come out?
Oh, why? Just when you pick your blackheads?
No, like when you just push it up, all oils were just coming out of my nose. And I'd wash my face, and then I use these blotting powders, and I'd do so much. Yeah, and then I was just noticing I'd always have like small spots all around my hairline and down my sideburns and all on my cheeks and just underneath my nose, around my nasal
So basically,
regions.
classically in the T-zone area.
Yeah, I just could not figure out what it was. All changed when I started showering straight after my workouts. Not after the gym, not like getting in the car, going home, making a protein shake, leaving it 45 minutes to an hour or watching TV. It was as soon as I finished my workout, I had to be in that shower because my skin was just reacting, and
also,
I don't know what it was.
You did a lot of boxing, didn't you?
Yeah.
And in more contact sports, you wear like helmets, headbands, and we get a lot of
filthy
people in the clinic who wear helmets. Don't they?
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't realise how long you wear them for, and that's why no wonder people are getting breakouts, because it's just collating the sweat and oils and the build-up.
So what do you actually think I'm talking about? What is it that I'm trying to say here?
Intense workouts lead to increased sweat. That leads to increased oil production. When you combine that with moisture and heat, and then you can touch things, and then bacteria, What happens is that's a recipe for acne. Acne is made up of oils, inflammation, bacteria, and then scarring, which is obviously the end game of acne. And the whole way to control acne breakouts or oily acne prone skin is to control the oil production, so sebum, which is made by your sebaceous glands. So anything you need in terms of skincare needs to act on the oils. Men produce more oils than women because they have more testosterone, and all male dominant hormones lead to more oil production in the body. So men have thicker skin and more oily skin than women, therefore are more prone to have these breakouts, especially if you combine it with sweat and bacteria, which causes that inflammation and buildup. Okay. So
I actually have my solution to the problem.
Is it a solution that I've given you or introduced you to?
No, it's a solution that I came up with all on my own before I met this beautiful expert here. Aww. So what I would recommend is
don't go to the gym.
Yeah, number one, just don't sweat. Don't train as hard.
No,
okay. Don't exercise hard.
Yeah.
Okay. First tip is bring a towel. A clean towel. Don't be disgusting and use the same towel all week, but bring a clean towel and wipe the sweat off your forehead and your neck. That's going to help stop your skin absorbing that. If you want to be super cool, wear headband, sweatband.
Do you not think that causes more congestion though and build up oils? Or do you mean because it stops the oils coming from your hair running down your forehead?
So if you're like, I put gels and oils in my hair, it's going to absorb all of that product. So
and to be fair, when we first met, you had much more textured forehead, didn't you?
Yeah.
And I looked at it and I said, oh, you need a bit of salicylic acid.
Yes. So towel or sweatband. Tip number 3, do not touch your face whilst you're training. Tip number 4 is wash your hands, obviously, and then if you can't put any face cleansers on, just wash your face with water as soon as you finish your workout. Try and get all of that sweat, all of that dirt off your face before your skin absorbs.
And you carry a little bum bag, don't you?
Yeah, but that's something else. That's just to be clean, not skank. But for gym skin, that was actually my ritual of how to control my skin.
And then you met me, and then I introduced you to a few key skincare ingredients like a salicylic acid based cleanser, something that's going to unclog your pores, get rid of oils, debris, dirt. Salicylic acid is a chemical exfoliant, which is much better than all your physical exfoliants like your scrubs and harsh products that you think you need on your skin to get rid of oils. Wrong, you need chemical exfoliation. So there's lots of products out there like the CeraVe salicylic acid cleanser, La Roche-Posay do an Effaclar Duo cleanser. There's also lots of different brands like even Inculus that are really affordable. You can grab off the shelf, pop it in your gym bag. And then moisturizers that are just non-comedogenic. So again, lots of easy ones from CeraVe, La Roche-Posay, and as long as they're not thick and going to clog your pores, that's literally all you need to start with. But if in doubt, just pop a little cleanser in your bag. Easy.
Yeah, but no, what should the person do as soon as they finish a workout?
Yeah, as soon as you finish your workout. Right, so a study in the Journal of Dermatological Treatment shows that athletes who wash their face within 30 minutes post-workout had significantly fewer breakouts.
I would say do it within 5 minutes.
So what you want to do, carry a cleanser, ideally a salicylic acid cleanser in your bag, go straight to the bathroom, wash your face, head home and have your proper shower when you get home.
Yes.
Right, happy? So skincare 101, the blokes guide.
Yes, guys, that's it. You're in for a treat. It's for the builders. It's for the bankers. It's for the normal bartenders.
So men's skin, like I said earlier, is 25% thicker than women's skin and produces more oil than women's skin. So it actually needs consistent care to prevent congestion and premature aging. Yes. It's not just about oils and acne, it's actually about aging well as well.
Yes.
The best part is it doesn't need to be complicated. All you really need is a 3-step routine, I think.
Yes.
Cleanse, moisturize, protect.
Yeah, what is protect?
No, let's go into cleanse first.
Okay.
So cleansing we've touched on. So all you want to do is you want to cleanse with a simple cleanser that's going to get rid of oils, sweat, pollution.
And in my experience, I do recommend the CeraVe SA cleanser.
You love that cleanser?
Yeah.
Why do you love it so much though?
I actually feel like it cleans my face and I can feel like my pores tightening instantly.
And it's gentle as well.
Yeah, and it is gentle as well, yeah.
And also it's like £10 and I swear to God, it lasts about 6 months. This is super affordable,
Yeah.
but actually works. So I always say good skincare doesn't have to be expensive. And as long as you know what's happening to your skin and you understand your skin diagnosis, it's then, you know, our job to know what ingredients you need and therefore what products. So the ingredient you definitely need is salicylic acid, especially if you're male, you're more prone to congestion, we already know you have thicker and more oily skin. The best one you can grab off the counter that's going to do the job is, well, your favourite, CeraVe SA Cleanser. It's my favourite too. There are other salicylic acid cleansers on the market, but that one's just your easiest one.
Okay, and just a quick one, because there might be a lot of builders or construction workers watching this. Is that going to help them like clean their face after a day's work? Is it going to help reduce blackheads?
Yeah, because they're prone to pollution, dust, dirt, which all contributes to bacteria and inflammation and therefore spots, congestion. So 100%. So cleanse, salicylic acid cleanser, moisturize. Now, a lot of men don't moisturize. No, but did you always moisturize?
No, but back in the day when I was a kid, Mum used to just put cocoa butter everywhere. And then as I got older, I started to use, L'Oreal Men Expert. And I just treated myself. So if a guy washes his face and he's like, right, I've washed my face, but I don't want to put this moisturiser on because I'm going to feel too oily, too greasy, then how long can he expect before his skin kind of balances out?
Okay, so a lot of any cleansers or serums will actually dry into your skin within the first 3 to 5 seconds, which is brilliant. And then what you do need to do is put a non-comedogenic moisturiser. What that means is a moisturiser that won't clog your pores. So what you want is something that's going to put a lid on your skin without going into your pores and cause more congestion. Really simple. All the moisturisers will literally say non-comedogenic on them. Keep it lightweight. You quite like a thick moisturiser, but that is because you use prescription strength salicylic acid and actives, which then dry out your skin a bit more.
Guys, I'm above you lot now. I've gone to the next level. I've gone prescription skincare, okay? But that's another topic for another video.
So did you know that a 2022 YouGov survey found 31% of UK men aged 18 to 45 don't use any skincare products beyond soap or shower gel?
Yes, the Lynx Africa, the Radox.
I forgot that existed.
Yeah, Lynx. I know what you guys use. You use Lynx Africa.
Go on, name a few more.
Radox. You're going to use probably, L'Oreal Men Expert again. I know either the orange one or the red one. I know exactly how you guys think.
The bougie men might use Kiehl's.
You might use it if you got it gifted to you from your nan from Christmas, or whoever works in your office and they really like you.
And then Protect, last one, is your SPF.
Okay.
Do you think men use SPF?
No, hell no.
Why?
Guys only use SPF if they're prone to burning. Otherwise, they're not putting that on. They don't put it on.
But do you think that's because they don't know what the benefits are?
I think that's true, yeah.
SPF basically blocks UVA, UVB rays. You get mineral SPFs, chemical SPFs. I'm not going to go into it in too much depth, but essentially, again, gets that barrier protection for your skin from UV, pollution, and all the harsh chemicals that are in the air and anything that can touch your skin.
Which stops the skin from aging.
100%. That is the main thing. Prevents you from aging and having damage to your skin, because all those things cause damage to your skin. So the best way to keep young is to wear SPF every single day. Every single day.
So the question is...
Not even when it's sunny, just every single day.
So they're going to say, well, what will I still get a tan if I'm going on holiday?
Yes, you will still get a tan, because what's happening is it's stopping the harsh UV cause damage to your skin. But because obviously sun protection kind of wears off slowly and doesn't kind of last as long as we want it to, the sun is still going to hit your skin, so affect your melanin, and therefore you are going to tan.
And then they're going to say, can they just use, Nivea or Pisburn on their face, or is there specific facial SPFs they can use?
So specific facial SPFs tend to be non-comedogenic, so tend to not clog your pores and not give you spots, which is why people like them. A lot of people don't like the feeling of sun cream on their face, which is why I hence go for the face ones. There's loads of really thin, lightweight ones. So a few examples is La Roche-Posay Anthelios SPF 50, very easy.
La Roche-Posay.
CeraVe do an amazing SPF. E45 do an incredible SPF for sensitive skin. You've got eczema, so I always give that one to you. And another favourite of mine is HelioCare because it's just super soothing. And then kids again is another topic, but there's loads specifically for kids, which is for more delicate skin. So there's loads out there. Basically, the underlying rule is use one every single day. And if you're on holiday in the sun, every 2 hours you need to be topping up. And they've got loads of those top up invisible spray ones. Anyway,
okay,
we're gonna move on now.
So do you know what it's like when I go on holiday with Nora? How it is for me? She gets her bag of creams out, starts spraying me, starts putting it all over. Oh, she's like, gosh, leave me alone, woman. I don't want no more creams. I'm on holiday.
But I used to love the sun, and I had really bad wrinkles.
Yeah, we both
and
did,
it's taken me the last 5 years
Yeah.
to reverse all that sun damage through in-clinic treatments, good skincare, and completely repairing my skin.
And it can be done. It isn't too late.
And I see people in their 20s with worse skin quality than some of my patients in their 40s.
And it is inexpensive to buy, you know, a tub of cream that's going to protect you. So do it, guys. Do it.
Okay, now we're going to move on to the next segment. Lifestyle and skin. The booze factor.
Oh, no.
Why did you react like that?
Because I love a drink. I love a tip. Was it a tipple? I love a tipple. Love a little drinky, little beer with
I'm
the
actually
mates.
going to start this off by saying, but haven't you noticed? So Rykard actually, you went away to Thailand for a long period of time, which you've actually got loads of videos that you need to showcase. But you didn't drink, you ate super healthily.
Yeah.
You came back to the UK, and I think obviously you were in the mood for celebrating because it was your birthday, etc.
Yeah.
And within a week of being back in the UK and having some alcohol, your eczema flared up.
My eczema flared up, and then all my skin got congested on my forehead. So, yeah, guys, it's very, very true. Drinking alcohol does affect the skin.
Well, we'll probably know why anyway. But
No,
this
no,
is what
I
makes sense.
let's just go.
So alcohol is a diuretic, which means it depletes hydration in your body. So what you notice when you drink is you need to go to the toilet and pee all the time. So what that means is you're more dehydrated. So what happens to your skin is it's dry, flaky, and dull. So you might notice fine lines, puffiness because you've got less water, but for example, more salt.
After a drink, the next day, my face gets so puffy. I just look at myself and go, oh my gosh, just trying to massage it all out.
So one study found that just one night of drinking of 3 units.
Oh gosh, that's one glass of wine.
So,
one glass of wine.
So 1 glass of wine can reduce skin hydration by up to 23% the next morning. Can you believe that?
Gosh, I can.
And that's with studies where they actually looked at the hydration levels of the skin from one day and then the day after drinking just 3 units in one night. Which is why if you've got anything planned, it's obviously noticeable because you just look a bit more tired, a bit more dull, a bit more grey, a bit more puffy. Everything just looks a bit...
So it's just basically telling you that having a drink is just making you go a couple steps back.
Yeah, 100%.
Even if you're doing all your skincare and stuff.
Yeah, 100%. Main thing is dehydration, so it worsens fine lines and wrinkles. But then also it can exacerbate existing skin conditions. So we already touched upon your eczema, but also it can exacerbate rosacea. What do you know about rosacea in men? Or what you've seen? You've seen quite a few in the clinic.
So from what I've learned, rosacea is where blood vessels go up towards the skin.
Vasodilate, yeah.
And over time, they get thicker. And as they get thicker, it actually makes your skin cells thicker. So that's why men who have quite serious rosacea on their nose,
They get rhinophyma.
Yeah, their noses get quite big. So if you don't want a big old man nose, stop drinking. No, I'm joking.
But you're actually right. So what happens is alcohol causes vasodilation. So the blood vessels widen, which causes redness and flare-ups. So really common with wine, spirits and beer. Now, regular alcohol consumers have a 49% higher risk of developing rosacea. So that's statistics from the GAAP, which is crazy. So it's literally 50% more likely to develop rosacea if you drink alcohol. So what you see is, like Rykard said, is redness, more flushed cheeks, more flushed noses, all those thread veins around your face. And then, eventually, when you get to your 40s, 50s, you get something called rhinophyma, which is where everything starts thickening because the oily skin gets thicker or your pores get larger, and then you develop more blood vessels, so you get those thickened old man noses.
Guys, you thought you was in for a good one today, didn't you?
Because alcohol disrupts your immune system.
Yeah.
So when you disrupt your immune system, it increases pro-inflammatory cytokines, which can therefore trigger conditions like psoriasis. Alcohol can massively trigger that because it suppresses your immune system.
So this video is not telling you not to drink and not have a life, but it's just basically saying to you, be mindful, really.
Yeah.
Just be mindful, because
Exactly.
if you're doing it, if you're drinking alcohol more than you're not, more nights than you are not, then yeah, you could be experiencing these problems.
Yeah.
And yeah, just cutting it down a bit might put these things at bay.
Have eczema or rosacea or psoriasis, or you have allergies or you're sensitive, alcohol make it all worse basically. So best thing is to restrict it or just save it for special occasions.
There you go. Have we got fun things to talk about now?
So now we're going to talk about breaking the taboo, men and aesthetic treatments.
Oh, right, hands up if you've had a little bit of filler. The
So-
women in the room right now, go on, put your hand up.
So funny that you say that, because what do you think the most popular treatments are for men in clinic? I mean, you should know this
Hair loss treatments. Or skin, you mean?
in terms of skin and face. But yeah, hair loss
Skin-
is huge in our
Oh,
clinic.
it's definitely Botox.
Yeah.
I say it's Botox before filler.
Yeah, it is. Botox is very entry level for a lot of men, but then what do you think comes after Botox?
Filler.
Yeah.
Eyes.
Do you think?
Yes.
So yeah, I agree. So the statistics actually say men tend to get filler in their lower face quite commonly, so like jawline,
Okay,
chin, for definition, and I think that's been led a lot by celebrity culture. So you see people like Zac Efron or David Beckham or Pharrell Williams in the public eye with a more defined lower face.
Yeah, that's in my experience. That's what I've noticed. If it's a guy that's out of like the public eye, he's definitely coming in to get rid of wrinkles and look less tired under his eyes. He's just like, what's the magic treatment? I'll do it. But if it's someone a bit more image conscious, they're doing a lot of photo shoots or they're on camera a lot, then they will want more filler enhancements around their face, like their jaw, their cheeks, their chin. I've had all them treatments myself, and a lot of clients, a lot of guys that are in their 30s and their 40s that have never had a treatment before, they're quite surprised when I tell them how much work I've had done, because I like to think I look quite natural. So go into the right practitioner or the right clinic that can. Do you know what I coined it as? We want to enhance your features whilst maintaining your masculinity. That's what you want to do.
Yeah, definitely. And I also think that when men come into the clinic, by the time they've kind of decided that they want to have a certain look, they're much more open to it. Whereas I think in terms of women's cosmetic procedures, they come into the clinic kind of going, oh my God, I don't want to look overfilled.
Yeah.
Men don't really have that type of kind of thought process.
No.
I think because also they just kind of go, listen, I've made the decision, I'm self-conscious about X, Y, Z, and actually if they go to someone that they trust, they've had a consultation, they are kind of willing to go forward with it. Whereas I think what's happened is over the last 10 years, there's a lot of what's gone wrong with women's treatments.
Yeah. In the last, I'd say, 10 years, men have become so much more open to treatments. And shall I tell you what treatment I think got the ball rolling?
What?
Hair transplants.
Yeah.
I think once men just straight up said, I want to keep my hair, I'm getting a hair transplant, I don't care.
It opens the door.
It opened the door for them to go, okay, if I can get my hair done, I can have a bit of Botox.
Yeah.
I can then maybe get my under eyes done. And I really feel the hair transplants actually saved men's wellness.
Yeah. Well, it is an extension of self-care, isn't
Yeah.
it? It's an extension of self-care.
And
it's
confidence.
Exactly, and self-investment. So it's that next step. It's like, you've sorted out your house, you've sorted out your, the career, you sorted out the finances. Now you actually need to invest in your self-care, and then it all comes part and parcel. So it's that kind of 360 approach, and I think more men are coming towards that. And I'm just going to finish on a statistic that tells us that male cosmetic procedures have increased by 20% globally between 2018 and 2022. But I think in the last 2 years, I did see statistics that showed it's increased by a further like 30 to 40%,
Yeah.
which is so exciting for the years to come.
Yes.
And we're seeing it, I mean, every day. I've noticed a huge difference in terms of the demographic of men coming into the clinic.
Of course.
So that leads us to round up on
Really?
today's topics.
Now it's time for the Rycard final thoughts. Your skin is like your hair. Well, treat it as such. When you was young and you had all this hair, you used to love it, and then as you got older, you started to lose it, and then you just wanted to get it back again. Treat your skin the same way as you would treat your hair. Does that make sense?
Yeah, focus. Thank you.
That's my final thought. But guys, thank you so much for watching. This has been the Rejuvenation Room. So what we'd like to do, if you've enjoyed it, is just leave us a comment. Let us know what you'd like us to cover in future videos. And just like and subscribe if you can. That'd be nice. Wouldn't it be nice?
Yeah, okay. Thank you, bye.